Hi, it's Rob, Yoga Dad, and it's the start of our third week of the Summer Stretch Challenge. Really pleased that you've been able to join me this morning for this 11th session that we've got together. If you've joined me for all of the sessions so far, fantastic achievement. If this is the first time with me, welcome. Really pleased that you've been able to find the time, this 15 minutes, to join me in this virtual space that we've got together to prioritise our own health and well-being, but also to help others through the money that we can raise, the donations that we're making towards those 6 charities that I'm supporting through this fundraising challenge over the 6-week school holidays. Without further ado, let's get started, and I'll talk about the donations a little bit more at the end of the session. So today we are going to be standing. First time we've done this in the series so far. So what we'll do, we'll just find ourselves in a comfortable standing position, feet hip distance apart, arms alongside the body, fingers pointing down towards the floor, and just close the eyes for a moment. And whatever you've been up to over the weekend, however energised you feel this morning, the start of a new working week, just taking all of that into account. Just being curious about your energy levels, emotional state this morning. Any aches or tension, fatigue you may be experiencing after what may have been a busy weekend in some real serious heat in the UK. And just using that as a means by which you can see how far you want to push yourself this morning. And just really give yourself that kind of feel-good factor start to the week. Nice soft gaze, open the eyes. We'll just start with some shoulder rolls. So rotating in one direction, forward and up, back and down, as we did in our chair-based sequences a couple of weeks ago. And then in the opposite direction, back and up, forward and down. And just really using that to ease any tension across the shoulders, across the sides of the neck, maybe along the arms. I'll just start rotating the arms around in one direction, just using the weight of the arms just to support that movement across the shoulders, across the chest. We're just going easy with this movement. If it feels too strong at all, then just bringing the arms back in alongside the body and just narrowing that rotation for the elbows. Okay. So do that in one direction and then the other. May feel more comfortable one way than the other. Okay, and just bring the arms back down alongside the body again. We'll just start rotating our neck, so lifting our gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky that's above us, feeling that length now all the way along from the jawline, down along the front body towards the hips, and then chin to chest, feeling that stretch now along the back of the neck. And then tilting one ear across to the shoulder, head back, opposite shoulder, and back round. Do that a couple of times in one direction, and then switching the rotation. And again, just embracing any kind of creaks, cracks you may hear, as long as it's not too uncomfortable. And maybe even closing the eyes just to really explore the sensation of the use of the head weight, just to deepen into the stretch. Okay, head back into neutral position, take one arm out to the side, lower the opposite ear down, take the arm in the same direction as the tilted head, over towards the above the ear on the opposite side, and just using the weight of the hand, just such a weight of the hand, just to allow that head or the ear just to tilt down that little bit further towards the shoulder, while reaching away with the opposite hand towards the floor. And then taking that hand away from the ear, above the ear, and then back down, opposite side. Reaching that hand out, opposite hand up and overhead, above the ear, the same side that the arm is extended. And again, just gentle pressure applied to the side of the head, and just feeling that stretch now all the way below the earlobe, along the side of the neck, and along the collarbone, down the arm towards the fingers, and all the way down towards the floor. And if the lower ribs feel as though they're kind of pointing forward at all, and just sucking the ribs back in again, bringing the hips back in, so aligning with the ankles and the shoulders. And then bring it back to the centre again. Okay, we'll now take our arms, I'll go sideways on actually, but you stay face forward. So I'm going to take my hands and interlock the fingers, and I'm just going to bring the hands around the back of the head. So what we're going to do here is similar again to what we did in the chair-based sequences in the first week. We're going to extend and lift our chin up towards the ceiling, expanding across the chest and the shoulders, allowing the elbows just to fall away from the centre of the body. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the elbows in towards the centre, bend the knees, and just lowering the head down towards about hip height, and just allowing the spine just to round. Do that a couple more times, so pressing down through the feet, lifting the head up, chest up, subtle back bend, and then back down again. Nice and slowly. Really intuitive movement. Really feeling into every different sensation of the body as you move through this slow flow. One more time. Almost each time as you extend those elbows away, just really feel as though you're opening the butt up towards those inner sensations in the body. And then back up again. Okay, taking the arms now down by the side. And what we'll do now, let's just have a quick look. We'll do a standing stretch actually. So we'll imagine that we're plucking an apple off the tree behind me. We'll just start reaching one hand up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. We really feel as though we're grounding down into the heel on the same side. So really feel that length now all the way along the side body. Maybe even taking that hand across to the opposite side, just being mindful of what's happening with that top shoulder. Just making sure it's not rounding forward. Just lifting that back up again, maximising that length through the side body, just plucking that apple out of the tree. And then we'll take the arm down and we'll do the same on the opposite side. And we'll just go as slowly or as quickly as feels good to us. So we'll do that a few more times on either side. And again, really grounding down through that heel, reaching the fingers away, and just using the breath just to expand into that space along the side body. And feeling that stretch, that length, all the way from the fingertips down towards the heel. One more on either side, and then back down again. Now we'll take our arms out in front this time, and we're going to reach one hand back. As we do so, we either keep the gaze in the same direction as the chest, so moving towards the side, or looking over that back hand. We'll bring that hand forward again, and then we take the other hand back. And back forward, and back. So we keep the hips facing forward as much as possible. And we take the shoulders around, facing towards the side. It just allows us to deepen into that stretch, that twist, lateral movement for the spine. One more on either side. And back down again. Ooh, great stuff. Okay, back down by the side. Let's shake that all out. Okay, right. We're waking our body up now. Let's take our arms up and overhead. And in fact, I'll move round sideways on again. You stay facing forward. So reaching those fingers all the way up, fingertips up towards the sky, ceiling above, and all the way down towards the floor. So you might not be able to see my feet. Really feel as though we're grounding down, rooting down through the floor. Almost imagining we're rooting down like that apple tree behind me. And we inhale to lengthen, exhaling to fold forward. And you'll see as I fold forward, I'm still maintaining that length along my spine, keeping the knees nice and bent, so subtle bend in the knees to ease any tension on the back of the legs. Not voiding round in the spine. Inhaling to lift the hands up onto the shin. Exhaling to fold forward. And again, keeping those knees nice and bent just to ease any tension along the back of the legs. Inhaling now to lift the arms out to the side, back up and overhead, and back to the centre. We'll do it twice more. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhaling to fold forward. Fingers down towards the floor, knees bent. Hands to shins on an inhale. Exhaling to fold. Keeping the knees bent. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. And back to centre. One more time. Inhale and lift up. Exhale and fold. Really feel as though you're reaching those fingers towards the opposite side of the room. Fingers to the floor, keeping the knees bent. Hands to shins on an inhale. Exhaling to fold forward. Gaze looking directly between the knees. Bending the knees. Inhale and lift up. And back to centre. We'll carry on with that. We'll just do a slight variation. We'll actually take our fingers now down towards the floor. We lower our heels, hips down towards the heels. So keeping our knees hip distance apart. There's a tendency for the knees just to start splaying away, so really bringing those in towards the midline. Hands out at the same height as the shoulders, keeping that tailbone tucked under, and just lowering the hips down towards the heels, to which point you feel that kind of engagement in the thigh muscles, as long as it's not too uncomfortable for the knees. Press down now through the hands as we lift ourselves back up again, inhaling to lift up, and then back to centre. Do that twice more, fingers down towards the floor, hips down towards the heels, extending the arms out in front, palms facing down towards the floor, head nice and relaxed between the upper arms, tailbone tucking under, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling pressing down, inhaling up, and back to centre. One more time, fingers down towards the floor, hips down towards the heels, palms facing down as they extend out in front, shoulders nice and relaxed away from the ears, inhaling again to lengthen, exhaling, pressing down, driving down through the heels, inhaling back and up and overhead, and back to centre. Now turn myself back round towards the front. Just closing my eyes again, taking the arms down by the side, palms facing forward. And just allowing the shoulders just to roll away from the centre of the body, thumbs rotating away from the midline. Just create that little bit more space across the chest, all along the front body. I'm really feeling grounded down through the heels, through all four corners of the feet, up towards the hips. And extending out all the way through to the top of the head. Bringing your breath back to a slow, steady rhythm again. And just checking in with how you now feel compared to the start of the session today. How energised that's now made you feel for the rest of the day and the rest of the week ahead. Nice soft gaze, open the eyes. And there we go, let me just move a little bit further forward. Thanks for joining me this morning. Let me just get down here, sit on the edge of the sandpit. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining me this morning for this session. I hope you've really enjoyed it. It's been lovely to get up and stand and move around a little bit and just almost imagine that we're using the apple tree as a prop this morning as well. I hope you've really enjoyed, and as I say each day, this is not just about a stretch and prioritising our own health and well-being, it's about supporting charities. So raising awareness and donations for charities such as Age UK Bristol, Suicide Prevention Bristol, Keynsham Food Bank as part of the Trussell Trust, St Mungo's for rough sleepers, Julian House for domestic violence and abuse, off the record mental health. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you've really enjoyed the session. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Please spread the word, please share these posts, do whatever you can to broadcast this out far and wide. Take it easy and have a good day.